there'd be a lot of poop in my pants. I've seen a 6-foot alligator go swinging through the air and slam into a tree.
These guys are the scientists of the supernatural, lecturers leaving lessons for inquiring laymen. They are applying the scientific method to a world that baffles science. They are the cryptids of the corn.
But who else has big black wings and red eyes?
Batman.
Oh, Mothman.
Oh yeah, Mothman.
A great white shark was stolen.
Oh, someone stole a shark?
I got stuff for you don't even know about.
She's a witch. She turned me into a newt.
Who knows? Anything could be possible. Anything could be possible.
It's really big abduction vibes.
Holy moly.
It sounds like you were abducted.
And it just stood up. I mean, it just like kept going and going. And she goes, what the?
Merry Christmas!
That was 2 days ago.
Yesterday. Oh, no, was it? Is Christmas on Monday?
Yeah.
Oh. If you couldn't tell, these are pre-recorded. I think people forget that sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so. I can
It's
see
the way
how
I
it
get
happens.
questions, like on...
True.
It's like, you have to, because they'll be like, I don't know, it's
just
it's
people,
not fresh in my mind. It's
just
a week
people
and a half ago.
living in the moment.
Exactly. I am the great and jolly Mr. E.
And I'm Jay Clone. What? Where's my dice? Oh, there they are. I'll be 56. I think I'm 56. Let me check the specs. Beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. Yep, 56.
And all we have to say is, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Very jolly.
Happy Hanukkah. And what do you say for Kwanzaa?
Happy Kwanzaa.
Is it both happy?
Pretty sure.
I felt like there was something unique for...
Each one. Well, what's the different?
Or whatever you guys celebrate. I know.
It's merry, happy, and...
I think we have a couple. Pagans. So happy winter solstice.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of all of it. I don't like saying happy holidays because I feel like that's super impersonal.
To everybody.
Yeah, to everybody.
Yeah.
And if I say Merry Christmas and you say Happy Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
What's today's topic?
Christmas.
Santa is real. Year 2.
Again? We've done this.
I know, but we have Santa sightings sent in.
Oh, a sighting, huh?
We have a sighting, and we're going to tell you a story about NORAD.
Ooh, what's NORAD stand for?
Oh, gosh, now you got to... It's a different page. I have a different page pulled up for NORAD.
Well, you mentioned it. Now I need to know before we jump into it.
Oh, and I got to find it.
It's... NORAD is... Nero... I have no idea. What would an N be?
North American Atmosphere Defense Committee.
North? Wait. So the NO is the... What? What's the letters in NORAD?
Oh, I guess it's NORAD. I'm just telling you what it says.
NORAD. North American... What'd you say? Radio and Defense Mechanism?
North American... Oh, gosh. What? We're going to have to restart this episode.
Why?
Because you're just... I don't know what NORAD stands for.
Am I derailing it? I don't know what it stands for.
Continental Air... The CONRAD is Continental Air Defense Committee or Command.
Oh.
Now you're going to make me look it up.
But the NORAD, I guess I could have looked it up, huh?
Yeah.
I'm usually the looker up guy.
Yeah.
You just read the prepared notes you made. Come on, NORAD.
North American Aerospace Defense Committee.
Defense Committee, okay.
I don't know why it's NORAD. That's not what the acronym spells.
They're hiding... Oh, we just discovered something. They're hiding something in the name. What's in the name, I say?
I don't know why anybody listens to this show.
I don't know. Because we're exposing the truths. That's why they listen.
Merry Christmas.
They come here for that. Yes, there's your gift for today.
All right. We'll do our Santa signing before we even tackle NORAD.
All right. Deal.
This is from longtime supporter of the show, Dale.
Dale, all right.
Dale is from Down Under.
Do you come the land down under?
So they have summer for Christmas. How exciting is that?
Kind of lame. Why don't they just flip it?
Because the Earth isn't flat.
Well, no, but I mean, we made up when Jesus' birthday was to have it in the winter. Why don't they just make up a date too?
The Catholic Church moved it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was born in April.
But we all abide by it, so.
All right. So it's from Dale. So I think, and P.S., before we get started, I am drinking for these episodes this week. Because it's a Christmas tradition.
Well, they should have known that if they listened to Monday's episode.
Yeah, because Monday's recorded last, and I'm probably going to be hammered.
You'll probably be the worst by then. So it gets better as we actually do these all in reverse, don't we?
We do. We do them in reverse.
That's pretty funny. Just realize that.
Mm-hmm. So I think I was 8, which would make it Christmas of 1996.
Oh, a couple years older than me.
How old were you in 96?
6.
Oh, I was 1.
A youngin'.
It was Christmas Eve, and we went out to my auntie's house to stay the night. It says aunties, but I'm going to say auntie.
What's an Australian thing?
Yeah. She lived in the Sunshine Coast of Hinterland, Queensland. Mm-hmm. That sounds like an amazing place, doesn't it?
Queensland?
The Sunshine Coast
of Hinterland. Yeah, it does. Sounds like Game of Thrones.
It sounds like something the Germans took over.
They probably did.
Like something in South America where it's like a super nice beach, and then like all of a sudden there's a bunch of blonde-haired, blue-eyed people on it.
Hinterlands.
Like, you don't look like the natives.
The aliens.
So she lived on acreage and had a big bonfire set up for the night. Excuse me. It was early night, and my mom and auntie left for the shop. When they returned, they said they saw Santa in the sky, and he was heading this way, so we better get to bed. Have you ever heard that? Did your parents ever told you stuff like that?
Oh, every time. We go over to my grandma's house on Christmas Eve. Pretty much my whole life growing up. My mom's house. And when we were little, we got to hurry up and get home. Santa's on his way.
And remember, on this podcast, Santa is real.
He is real.
Yes. So they said they seen Santa in the sky. He said, in the house, go to bed. We refused and just thought they were lying to us so they could get us to go to bed. I was probably only 5 to 30 minutes after they said this when someone spotted a light moving across the sky.
Uh-oh.
I remember my dad saying it was a plane. And it looked similar to a plane light, but it didn't pulse or turn off and on at all.
Just a solid light.
It stays with a small intensity of brightness. Everyone was looking at the light, trying to work out what it was. It was about the same brightness as a really bright star from memory.
Okay.
The light traveled from the northerly direction. I'd say it was close to flying over the top of us. Then it was to the horizon.
What does he say? What color it was?
As we were all watching it, and it was like nothing in the middle of the sky. A shooting star came from the light. It was like it was thrown from the light. So this ball is moving across the sky steadily, not pulsing or blinking, bright as a star, and it starts almost dripping. As best as he could describe as a shooting star off it.
Right.
Me and my brothers and all my cousins all lost our blank and started screaming and running around, freaking out. I mean, imagine you're 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah, and you just seen one of the reindeer
your
nosedive.
Just told you Santa's coming this way. You guys better go to bed. And then you see it.
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind. I'd burnt the house down.
Yeah.
I was a little bit of a pyro, though.
Yeah, true.
I had 2 of the 3 McDonald's triad.
What are you talking about?
For serial killers.
Oh, gotcha. Not the McDonald's, like the food.
No.
Probably have 2 or 3.
The only one I didn't have was abusing animals.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
I was quite the opposite.
Yeah. Maybe that's the thing, though. It's you're overcompensating for it.
No, I couldn't.
See?
I killed one squirrel one time hunting, and I gave up hunting.
Like, that's it. Put my gun down.
Because I had to shoot it twice, and I felt horrible because I didn't get a good shot. So we were all losing our mind. I don't think our parents had to make us go to bed after that at all.
Okay, because you were already ready to go.
Yeah.
Once you've seen that, all right, Santa's real. I better go to bed now or I'm not getting that Red Ryder BB gun.
So this experience made me a 100% believer, and it wasn't until I was 13 when I asked my mom, but I only asked her because some of the kids were teasing other kids for still believing in Santa. I couldn't believe it. Santa and Christmas was so magical for me, and I hope to pass that on to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my mom, and what she remembers from that Christmas Eve, and she said the same story I remembered. I asked her what she thought it was, and none of my parents had any idea, and they still don't. And he says, as well as Mr. E, I still believe in Santa. And Merry Christmas from Down Under.
Wow.
Thank you, Dale. Dale's been a longtime friend of the show.
Yeah.
Longtime supporter on Patreon and all that. We love Dale.
Yep.
Dale got the first Australian t-shirt ever.
Woo! Famous.
Yes.
Famous Dale now.
Dale and I think it was Tom.
Tom and Dale.
Yeah.
Tom and Dale.
Problem is we have a lot of Toms in Patreon.
I know.
And they're all super supportive and active.
Yeah. We have a lot of Toms. We have a lot of Roberts.
And I think now all the
only
Toms have
one
started
Dale.
calling themselves the most beautiful and handsome.
All of them are now?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it got really confusing because I have 2 different messages from 2 different Toms that they all have that prefix.
Oh, it's...
No, so this is a cool story. And as everybody knows, is I believe in Santa. We just had a really long Instagram live stream, or I did with the Instagram listeners, about this. And it's not that I believe there is a man delivering all these presents, but I think it's more about the spirit of Santa.
Yeah.
The idea, and it's the same thing. I mean, as a Christian, it's the same thing as the spirit of Jesus. You know, when you see, like, for example, locally, I don't know if you've seen this past weekend, a local business dressed up as the Grinch and as Santa, and went around delivering tons of presents to families with young kids.
I did not see
They
this.
didn't have, and no, they didn't post this. They got caught.
They got caught.
Yeah. They weren't doing this for attention. They weren't doing this as a publicity stunt. They were dressing up and kind of leaving presents on front porches.
What do you mean they got caught?
Ring cameras.
Oh, okay.
They got recorded.
They knew.
I don't think they did.
I'm just kidding.
Because
Just
they,
being...
yeah.
Jerk.
It was the Marathon gas station, which is low, you know,
Oh, I
family
seen.
owned.
I seen when they started that. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I see they had the little train car and the
Yeah.
pulling the kids and the with
But
the
they did
train.
it in secret this weekend, or they were trying to,
Oh, okay.
and they got caught. You know,
Yeah,
because they delivered a lot of gifts.
that's cool. That's awesome.
And that's what I mean when I say Santa's real, and I do
spirit
think
of
there's
Santa.
the quote unquote magic to Christmas.
So what you're saying is Santa is Jesus.
I think is the personification of Jesus. Yes.
I see. That's a good picture.
But I do think there's
Good way
like
to paint it.
Santa can be anybody or anywhere kind of deal.
Right, just like Jesus.
Just like Jesus. Omnipresent. But I think it's just a thing we use, and I do think there is or was the actual flesh and blood Santa somewhere.
So, right, I seen the pictures in the book. The original Santa. Old Saint Nick.
Old Saint Nick.
Yep.
But so anybody can be Santa. And if you do something out of the kindness of your heart without expecting reward,
Right.
I think that's the hardest lesson to teach to kids right now. Is not that to
Oh.
do good.
Right. But to not expect
You don't expect anything in return. You do good for the gift of doing good.
right, because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and you feel better.
That's the spirit and Santa exists. Like if you happen to catch him on your roof and you scare him and then he falls off and he dies
and then you become Santa.
and then you pull him in his suit.
But who knows? Maybe there is that. Like we've talked about everything from forest elementals
Yeah.
to all this stuff. Maybe there is this underlying thing that is Santa. And I think if you're, let's say, a really wealthy family, you're not getting visited by that entity. Because
Probably
you
not.
have everything, right? You have no need.
Well, I mean, everyone has needs. Maybe they're really good people and
But how many times you've heard, and it could be everything from like the gas station family,
yeah.
but where you hear of people struggling and
Right.
getting tons of gifts.
Right, yeah.
Like I've said several times on the show, we had some troubles growing up and stuff, and
Yeah.
my parents did an amazing job. But we were that family one year, and that's actually the first time I ever got any ice fishing stuff.
Ah.
Was we don't know who they are, a local family. I don't know how they found this out. I don't know, but me and Luke really, really, really wanted to go ice fishing that year. We didn't have nothing. And they got us poles, and they got us, about everything we needed to start in a hand auger to split.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
we did, and we ice fished that year.
That's crazy.
So I think that's what I guess I'm trying to draw home for the Christmas season.
Yeah. You just got to put it out there and believe and have faith, and good things happen.
Now, our feelings, everybody at home, about most of the government.
Right?
This is one of the positive things that have happened.
Uh-oh, what'd they do?
It's NORAD. We're going to talk about NORAD now.
Oh.
So I think what we've just been talking about, this is a highlighted version of that.
All right, if you're finding the good in the government, let's see how you're viewing this.
I mean, well, we just see here. So this is, NORAD tracks Santa every year, right?
Right. The Santa tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's it's an awesome thing. They even maybe fly near cities. They may escort Santa with a helicopter with Christmas lights on it. So when you look up in the sky, you see Christmas lights
Yeah.
for, younger kids.
Right, yeah. To keep the spirit of
They escort Santa.
consumerism
They escort-
alive.
So 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, NORAD tracks everything that flies around North America and most of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they do.
Right.
They're
our big brother.
Yes. They have very special missions, and they also track Santa every year. NORAD has been tracking Santa since
1996.
So close. So close.
Probably not. What is it?
55.
Oh, dang it.
When a young child, so keep in mind, you're the direct commander of NORAD.
Mm-hmm.
We're hyping up. This is when every country in the world is building nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
And you have this phone line. It's a secret phone line for you specifically. Dealing with probably the president and like the commander of war, all this stuff.
Right.
Very few people.
Foreign diplomats. And,
Probably very, very few people have this number to call you.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Eve. The phone rings.
It's some kid.
It's a 8-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And he just says, Santa? And you yell, right? You freak out because this is, this number is probably only called for really, really heavy emergencies.
Yeah.
And he kind of yells at the kid, because he thinks it's somebody screwing with him.
Yeah.
Like a foreign, whatever. And it's like, so the mom comes on the phone and she's like, hey, this is supposed to be the number for Santa. And he's like, what? It's like, yeah, I can't remember if it was Macy's or Sears. Put it out so the kids could call Santa on Christmas Eve and talk to Santa. And he's like, oh, put your son back on the phone. And he put him back on the phone. He's like, hey, sorry about that. It's a really stressful time here at the North Pole because, we're getting ready to deliver.
Yeah.
Give me a few minutes and we'll get Santa on the line for you. Sorry about me yelling. I'm just stressed. And he puts the kid on hold. They publish this all across the country, this number, for these hours to call Santa.
Macy's did or NORAD?
Macy's did, and
Huh.
accidentally had a misprint and put the secret NORAD phone number.
That's pretty nuts.
So this director, it's Harry Snoop, Air Force Colonel Harry Snoop, is like, okay, we're about to get hundreds of thousands of calls.
Yeah.
He tells everybody pretty much drop what they're doing. He calls it he's like, everybody, every time that phone rings, you got to pretend you're Santa.
Yeah.
You're going to make everybody's, we're not hurting anybody's kids today. Like,
Yeah.
and they did. They did.
That's pretty neat.
And they talked, let me get to the number. Do you want to guess how many kids they talked to on December 24th?
46,722.
Not a bad guess. 230,000.
Oh, 1,000.
230.
Almost 250,000. That's a lot. That's a buttload.
They called in several other like military departments. Because the phone never stopped ringing. There was one kid that called early because it said call between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m.
And he called it like 4:30.
Yeah.
There's always those kids.
Yeah. So, yeah. But so the NORAD, Colonel Snoop, did amazing. He's like, okay, keep in mind, this is a colonel.
Yeah.
They're not known for being the most jolly people to be around. Emotional.
Like, positively emotional.
And within seconds, it's like, okay, this is going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But we gotta be positive for the kids.
Must have had grandkids.
And that could be. And it could be. And it's just, to me, you lose a lot of that in a lot of these military positions.
It's like there's actually some human elements.
There's some people, and this is, 1955. So I think there was a lot more humans in the government than
that weren't Nazis.
So this started the tradition because they wanted live updates of where Santa was. That was a part of the article.
Ah, okay.
Saying like, yeah, he's flying over Portland, he's flying over San Francisco, he's flying over Chicago.
Man, Macy's really had it going on back then.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think this article says because I think they probably got in trouble after.
Yeah, probably some guy definitely got fired.
Somebody went to Guantanamo. Yeah, it doesn't say where the article came from, but it was one of those big like box stores.
Yeah.
So that's how the Santa tracker got started. So now every year they track Santa.
Neat.
And if you watch, there's actually like a live stream you can watch now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really fun. And they always have like charity events for it and all this stuff. I think it's cool.
It's neat. Keeps the spirit, the illusion of Santa Claus alive for the kids. And
it's not an illusion. Santa is real.
I mean, the body, the actual flesh and blood Santa, like Tim Allen Santa.
But yes, the Tim Allen Santa. So that's kind of the rough rundown of the story. Can you imagine being the colonel of probably one of at the time when everybody's starting to build nukes?
Yeah, it's the height of the Cold War.
Yeah, we're at the height. It's the start, right?
Whoa, yeah.
So the Cold War's starting to ramp up. Russia's got nukes. You got nukes. And it's scary. You're looking for nukes coming at the U.S.
And then you get a phone call, Santa?
Yeah. And then immediately flipping it and being like, okay, we're doing this.
Right, yeah. Oh, that could have been quite the psyop from some other country to, like, attack.
Yeah.
He could have fallen for it.
You imagine I just couldn't even imagine that stress of that guy had on his shoulders.
At that point.
Yeah, and then it's just Santa, and then, of course, he yells at the kid, right?
Well, yeah. Colonels yell.
So do you think that's a positive government story? Keep in mind the time frame.
I guess, yeah. I suppose.
I don't know when Colonel Snoop retired.
Probably not around anymore.
Well, it was 1955.
Right. If you're a colonel back then, I imagine you've got some years on you already. You're already long in the tooth, so to say.
Long in the tooth.
Isn't that what they say?
Yes.
All right. Don't actually know what that means, but makes sense.
So, yeah. He was called forever, so he had a permanent nickname. The Santa Colonel.
Ah, fitting. Creative.
He definitely looks like a colonel if everybody looks up his picture.
Okay, Harry Shoop.
Shoop?
Yeah.
Not Shoop. What did I say?
Snoop.
Oh, that is an H.
Yeah.
Shoop. Yeah, but he got called the Santa Colonel.
Shoop. My name is Harry Shoop. That's a good feel good.
You making me laugh doing your little dance.
That's a good Christmas feel good story.
I can't find who the article was from. That's who I'm trying to find so we can blame whatever company.
Oh, you mean like the department store that did it? Okay.
I'm sure. And kind of remember, it's Christmas Eve at NORAD.
Yeah. Yeah. They were all probably already like opening presents and like doing the white elephant gift exchanges.
I mean, it sucks to work on Christmas Eve.
Right. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
And most of these guys,
they're drinking and stuff. And some
I
kid
doubt they're
calls.
drinking.
He's like,
Do you know how stressful that room probably was constantly?
That's probably why he did it. He was drunk already. It's 4:30. He's like, well, you can't start a day if you don't start in the morning.
Gosh.
Or can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
He served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
One of them colonels. Don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Oh, I mean, showed that he supported the country.
Right. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. I just think it's such an interesting story.
It's interesting. It's a feel good, and it's shocking coming from the government that you say that. But like you said, 1955, different
Very
times.
different government.
Yeah. I mean, still probably not good, but
I don't think it was anything like what we have today.
No. Now it's a machine that's
Yeah.
an
I think there
evil
was
machine.
humans.
Huh?
Look at the Roswell crash.
Yeah.
Is that there was a general? Because I think there was 3 generals involved. But the one general was like, yeah, we got a UFO. crashed, you know?
Yeah, like, neat.
Like, it didn't, you know, it just was a guy.
And then
And
immediately.
then two other generals pretty much took him out back and beat him with a hose. And it's like, you're going to go say it was a balloon and you're an idiot.
And he came back in.
It was a balloon. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
They have my wife and daughter in the back room.
With a knife to their throat.
It's the balloon.
It's a balloon.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. And you know what?
Oh, I do have something else to say.
What?
With Dale's encounter.
Oh.
The Shag Harbor incident.
Yeah.
Famous UFO incident. With a big glowing UFO that was dripping liquid metal off it. His UFO made me think of that.
Couldn't it also just been like a big shooting star that had a piece
The way
break
it was
off?
moving really slow, I doubt it. Because you've seen shooting stars. I've seen shooting stars. They don't move slow.
No, there's a blink in the eye.
I mean, they're going, I think, like 14,000 miles an hour when they hit the, you know, they start slowing down the
What if
second
it's
they
a comet?
Same thing. They're going really fast.
Not if it's super high in the atmosphere.
No, I think,
Or in space.
definitely more, yeah. We have a, next week when we read reviews,
Yeah.
there's one directly fighting with you
We'll see.
about explaining how space is real.
Yeah, good luck.
No, Santa would be a UFO, right?
I guess so, yeah. It'd have to be.
Anything to add for all these people that just celebrated Christmas?
I just hope you had a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Remember, I believe in Santa.
I've been Jay Clem, what did I say, 56?
I have no idea. I'm drunk.
Oh, no. All right.
I have been the great and jolly mystery.
I've been Jay Clem, 56.
We'll catch you next week, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Crypts of the Corn podcast.
Please share with a friend you think would like us. It's the best way to help our show grow.
Leave a comment, rate us, a 5-star review, and remember, there is always extra content on Patreon/cryptsofthecorn.com.
And don't forget, stay magical.